Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first pure kicker ever in the Hall of Fame, Jan Stenerud, to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
258, 50. I'm playing. Check 52. Share.
Alert 3. Alert 3. Kill.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On second down, Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another first and 10 here. And he'll give it here to his running back. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Double tie. Hey. Got 3 down. Jim. Begin.
Now it's Barkley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Hey, let's get there. Kill. Check 13.
A first down carry for Barkley. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Check 24. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Shit. Bang.
Rodgers going to run the option here left. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Yo. Alert flare.
All right. Slam. 49. Check 49. Switch it. Come on.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. 7 yards on the play. And just like that, it's third down. To throw, Vic. Forced out to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They will indeed go for it. Vic looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Jump. He's checking. Crash. Off. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
A first down throw coming for Vic. Throw left side complete. That's Holt. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. We're scoreless after one.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Vic now from the 50. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Being chased out left. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Vic readies to throw. Dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. Saquon Barkley running right. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Here we go.
Now Vic on fourth down. Steps away to his left. And that is going to be incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Saquon Barkley, 68 yards as his guys are on the board first here tonight. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or 2. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. In there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
36, 36.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Play action now. Vic on the move to his left. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ty Law. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
On 1st down, Barkley. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On 2nd down now, Barkley. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done.
He's checking crab.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
And, Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
On 1st down, Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Switch. Right now, you got 58.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Holt. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley, he will push his way down to about the 14. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's what I do.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's got it.
Let's go. Let's go.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, Barkley. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. On second down now, Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On third down, Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
54 Mike. Yeah.
They'll try to throw it here. Vick forced out to his left. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now here's Vick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The tight end Kelce was the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
This is Barkley. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the night. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Rosas now to add the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that.
First down, Vick being chased out left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Vick. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Vick, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Here we go.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And Vick's throw there, incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Watch the pass.
Throwing again. Vick dancing to his left. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
And it's complete to Kelsey. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll go to Barkley again, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Under crunch. Check 99. Check 99. Kill.
They'll run with Barkley. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Saquon Barkley, 35 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You must be getting time.
On 1st and 10, here's Vick. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit.
To throw again, Vick. Oh, and now Vick throwing another interception. Picked off by Ty Law. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Check your hot read. Check.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. Steelers. Saquon Barkley.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Ties burn the pavement. People want to know when Mace, Poss, and Dave win. it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate